Valtero Virash, welcome back. In this video I will show you how to write a report. Remember, a report is non-fiction. It is a well-organised piece of writing on a topic. It could be to inform your audience about an animal, a country, a type of technology, or anything you like. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to organise information into paragraphs, write a classification for a report, choose appropriate subheadings, and follow an example of the writing process as we compose a report step by step. For this example, I will be using this template. Lots of English workbooks have templates like this, but if you want to draw your own, it's really just a few boxes. But make sure to give yourself plenty of space in each box. The first thing to choose is our topic. This will be the title of the report. I'm going to show you a short version of a report my class wrote a few years ago and then recorded into a film. We partnered with a class in Canada and made a short film explaining hurling to Canadians. This will be a very familiar topic to you, but it's something our audience at the time had never heard of. Our topic is hurling, so our title is hurling. Our next step is to decide what each paragraph will be about and write in those subheadings. When you have a lot of information on a topic, it's not always obvious what you should write each paragraph about. So what we did was to write everything we knew about hurling onto a piece of paper. Then we cut out these facts with a scissors. We took our time sorting the facts into groups where they belong together and came up with 5 topics: rules, history, scoring, equipment, and skills. Because this is the short version, we're going to focus just on equipment, rules, and skills, so they will be our 3 subheadings. We will mention the scoring in the rules paragraph. Next, we'll write the classification. It goes at the start and tells us what the report is about in a few short words. It's surprisingly tricky to answer a question like, what is hurling? What is the most basic description you could give a Canadian so that they could understand? You must take your time and think it through. Well, hurling is an Irish sport. It is a field sport, and it's played with sticks. So that's our classification. Hurling is an Irish field sport played with sticks. Why do you think we wrote sticks instead of hurleys? Well, that's because our audience has never heard of a hurley before. Next, we must write the facts we have about rules, skills, and equipment into the right paragraphs. We must take care to write in the present tense and keep our writing impersonal, which means that we don't talk about I or we. The most important thing when you are learning to write a report is to have the structure and language right. You don't have to write very long paragraphs. This is a very good example of a report about an armadillo, and it only has 4 full sentences. Our first paragraph might go something like this. In hurling, every player must have a helmet with a face guard, a hurley, and studded boots. The ball is called a schlitter. It's about the size of a tennis ball, but heavier and wrapped in leather. A hurley has a large flat end called a boss, which means palm. Hurleys are made from the wood of the ash tree. If you are describing something with many parts in your report, a picture could be very helpful. A picture with labels to tell you the name of each part is called a diagram. For rules, we wrote, the goalposts are shaped like a giant H with a soccer goal at the bottom. Hitting the schlitter over the bar is worth a point. Hitting the schlitter under the bar and into the net is a goal. A goal is worth 3 points. 3 goals and 10 points is written as 310 instead of 19 points. Hurling is a tough contact sport. You can only run 4 steps with the schlitter in hand. Hurling is a very skillful game. Every player must be able to lift and strike the ball on the run. The best hurlers will often move the ball 100 meters with 1 strike. A block down requires perfect timing. A player must bring the hurley down on top of the opponent's swing, aiming for the schlitter. Let's check if we achieved all our targets. We have a simple title. Our classification is good. We have a paragraph for each topic. We have a subheading on each of those paragraphs. We have written facts, not opinions, and it's all in the present tense. Let's just have a double check to make sure we kept it impersonal with our language. Before you hand up a piece of writing to your teacher, you should always reread it, just in case. And look here, we have used the U, which isn't bad, but I think there's a better way to say it. Players can only run 4 steps. Instead of puck, I want to say swing, because a Canadian mightn't understand what I mean by puck, and I have some extra words I want to knock out as well. That is how we write a report on hurling for people who know nothing about hurling. If you want to write a report about your favourite sport, you could use the same subheadings I have here. If you're looking for other ideas, stay tuned for the third and final video. Slán go fóill go chéine.